Passage number 31. Ready? Comments. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I congratulate the government on their nationalizing the 6 private banks. Hope this action will lead the country in a better position. Before nationalization of banks, there was a feeling in certain quarters that the government was only interested in the development of private industries. After nationalization, I am sure they will be convinced that the government are anxious to cater to the needs of the ordinary citizens, be they in town, cities or rural areas. However, in actual practice, we see that this laudable objective has not been fully achieved. So, the Honorable Finance Minister should have a look into it and see that to begin with, a certain amount of uniformity is maintained. I would like to elucidate this point further. The norms fixed at present for the issue of loans and also for obtaining securities thereof varies from bank to bank. This is not desirable and they should fix the same norms and apply them uniformly. Again, even in the same bank, they adopt one policy in one place and another in some other place. I plead with the finance minister to examine this matter personally and see that the present state of affairs is not allowed to continue for long. As regards the security insisted upon by the banks, I have to point out that the applicants are completely in the dark. They certainly deserve better treatment. The moment those documents are produced as required by them, the applicants are again asked to produce some other documents to substantiate their application. It would greatly facilitate the poor applicants if they are told even at the first instance of all the documents that are to be produced. As they never do this, it causes considerable irritation, annoyance and delay which could very well be avoided if only the authorities concerned exhibit some amount of imagination, understanding and consideration. With regard to the interest charged for the loans taken by the agriculturist, I am of the unshakable view that the present policy should undergo a very radical change. The interest charged now is very excessive and it should be reduced considerably. Secondly, the interest should be calculated once a year and not once every quarter. The present procedure and the present rate of interest cause great hardship to the agriculturists and I am afraid their economy will be completely shattered if steps are not taken in time to revise them. Moreover, the agriculturists find it rather difficult to repay the loans whenever there is serious drought or heavy floods. The government would do well to defer the collection of these loans during such periods when natural calamities occur. Sir, one other complaint that is often made is that the scheduled banks are not able to serve the rural masses as effectively as they are expected to do. So, it is a welcome feature that the government have some proposals to have agricultural development banks in the rural areas to serve the really needy people. But I do not know the stage at which the implementation of this proposal stands at present. I request the Honorable Finance Minister to come forward before this august House with a bill to establish agricultural banks in the rural areas. I am sure that such banks will be a great boon to the vast millions of people living in the villages. With regard to self-employment schemes, I would like to suggest that the applications of the individuals concerned should be routed through the district industries center. I feel that such a procedure is very essential to avoid duplication and malpractices employed by unscrupulous persons trying to get credit facilities from more than one agency, much to the detriment of the deserving bona fide applicants. Sir, another important matter which I wish to highlight in this context is about rural labor. At present, they are not able to get any loan from the banks as they are not in a position to offer any security to satisfy the legal requirements of the banks. In such cases, it is but right and proper that the government should unhesitatingly come forward to give a guarantee in favor of the agricultural laborers based on which the banks should issue the loans without subjecting the applicants to any further trials and tribulations. In the absence of such an arrangement, I am afraid the agricultural laborers will be denied all the credit facilities which are, as a matter of fact, intended to improve their living conditions. Sir, it is gratifying to note that the finance minister has convened a conference of the managers of scheduled banks and has asked them to allocate at least 40% to implement the 20-point program enunciated by our revered Prime Minister. Likewise, he must issue suitable instructions to the banks to see that the loans are issued to the agricultural laborers liberally. I know that the banks have made some survey in every district, but I must frankly state that these surveys are not comprehensive and are defective in many respects. Stop.